Good morning.
Good morning. How are we today?
We or you?
We.
Yeah, I don't do that weird, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, well, the we, you,
Yeah.
it, us,
Us.
we.
We.
Can you be a we?
We.
Well, I've got something here. Hang on a second.
All right.
Oh, son of a gun. You thought I was going to say son of a bitch.
Oh, welcome.
Welcome to the Morning Crankers
Thursday morning
edition.
You know, Thursdays are kind of, well, is the wop, the doo-wop, is that the ready, is that right for, is that right for Thursday morning?
I believe so.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
You know, today, it's going to be a great, fun show. We're going to talk a little bit about Waffle House surcharge. Okay, it's coming. There's a few things. Guess what? They're trying to limit the income tax in Missouri, and they're going to eliminate it fully after they replace some of that. Now, I want to talk about that a little bit, okay? Not a whole lot.
Right.
Did you know we had a 100-year-old record from last Monday's heat wave?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 100-year-old, we broke it.
Wow.
That's kind of cool. High temperature, 76 degrees. And the last time that we even got close to that was 75 degrees, and it was 130 years ago.
Wow.
That's something, right?
It is something.
We've got another story about be careful. Be careful with who you're dating.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Well, this one's another doozy, if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
I wanted to mention something. It's Thursday. The Super Bowl's this weekend. Brett Veach. Okay, do you know who Brett Veach is?
Yes.
Okay, you're the local Kansas City Chief connoisseur. So tell people who Brett Veach is.
He is the GM of the Kansas City Chiefs.
The GM. Okay, GM's got like this power. Well, maybe it's because I like Chevy and GM products, but GM.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You know, I'm just going to mention it. We're not going to talk about the story at all, but if you're looking for like an inkling of hope, if you're that person that's like, I wish there was a story that made me feel better about where I'm at today, it's got to be that. Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. The Chiefs hired him as GM. However, did you know that he started with the Chiefs organization as the Burger Boy?
Did not know that.
He went and got the burgers.
Wow.
Okay, so all of you people out there door dashing,
Yeah.
Doing all those wonderful things. Maybe you're a Spark driver. Maybe you're a Lyft driver. Maybe you're a waitress or waiter or bus person or, whatever the case may be. There's some hope because Brett Veach is now the GM of the Kansas City Chiefs, National Football League. They're all in New Orleans.
Yeah.
For the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They've been there since Monday, I believe.
Okay, well, I think that's awesome. That's one of them hopeful stories. And it's Thursday, so, it's not quite Friday. You had hump day yesterday. Thursday, you're like in the in-between because Friday's always awesome because you got to look forward to everything on the weekend, right?
Right.
Going out on a date, doing whatever. But Thursday's kind of in the middle there. So you can have one of those, well, Thursday, it might as well be Monday.
Yeah.
Or you can have one of those, hey, it's Thursday, only one day till Friday.
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
Thursday, one more day till Friday.
Well, exactly. And today, it's about hope, right?
Yeah.
Hope and funniness, because is funniness a word?
I don't know.
Well, it's a word on this show.
It's funniness. Yeah.
There's a new fad. A friend of mine sent me this story, and I started looking it up, and I thought it was kind of crazy. We're into cryptid on this show, okay, right?
Right.
We've got the Momo, the Missouri Monster. We got friends with all this stuff. I've had my own experiences with something that was cryptid. Don't know what it was. So it's kind of a thing.
Yeah.
All right. But the new thing or the new fad is sexy beasts. Bigfoot erotica.
Oh, wow.
What do you think of that?
That's different.
Okay, well, we're going to get into that. And, by the way, This is kind of a cool thing. Do you like fairs?
Yes.
How about the World Fair?
Oh, yeah.
Well, listen to this.
Okay.
A rare gold medal from the 1904 St. Louis Olympics sells for $545,000, well, and $371, excuse me, at a new auction. What do you think of that?
Wow, that's an expensive gold medal, right?
How much do you think that we could make if they brought back the World Fair and it was hosted in St. Louis, Kansas City, maybe our wonderful, beloved Springfield, Missouri? What do you think?
Oh, I think it would be awesome. I wish they would bring it back.
Well, it says Boston. This is from the Associated Press. A gold medal awarded at the first Olympics hosted on U.S. soil was sold at auction for over $500,000. Part of hundreds of lots of memorabilia from the games over decades. A firm, of course, a firm had it. It couldn't have been,
Right.
Somebody that needed it and found it in their attic, But it says the 1904 St. Louis Olympic medal auctioned for $545,371. Bears the inscription Olympiad 1904 and shows a victorious athlete holding a wreath on the front. On the other side, Nike, the goddess of victory in ancient Greek mythology, is sewn alongside Zeus, the pantheon king of gods. And the words for the 110-meter hurdles it was awarded. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
The medal awarded to American Fred Schewel includes the original ribbon and leather case. Now think about this. Today, they make the medals, they're actually silver with gold plating.
Mm.
The world is so broke, 120 years later, that we can't even actually make Olympic medals out of gold anymore.
Yeah.
This one's pure gold.
Yeah, that's what's nice. I mean, everything changed when we started going in this recession worldwide.
Well, 100 gold medals were awarded in St. Louis in 1904. That's kind of cool.
That is.
I wish they'd bring that back here, especially
I
here.
wish they would too.
Did you know? I didn't know this, but did you know Missouri had the number one spot in 2024 for job growth in the whole United States?
I didn't know that. No.
That's awesome. And I wish
awesome.
more people would talk about it because I'm looking at the local news today, and it's kind of depressing. I understand why, from Mountain Grove to here to Joplin to, probably 45 minutes from Springfield north and south all the way to Branson. I understand why the show is exploding in popularity because there's nothing but kind of dreary news.
Yeah.
Like murder. What else have you seen?
Just murder, then robbery, people getting their car stolen.
Robbery, sad stories. I mean,
yeah.
Where's the laughing, funny, happy stories?
Right.
I'm going to tell you what the American people want, okay? Now, it's somebody very important's birthday today. Who is it, Gred?
Oh, gosh. We were just talking about this.
Yeah, it's like it's early in the morning or something and you're half asleep still.
I know.
What's going on with that?
I know.
You know what? Somebody around here needs to give you some coffee.
I know.
Coffee wakes you up.
It does.
You know what I'm saying?
It does.
We don't get that soft monotone, Gred. We get the,
right.
the morning twanger.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you give us your best impression of Mr. California, Mr. 80s president?
Oh, it's Ronald Reagan. Today is his birthday. Yeah, and they're celebrating, and it's Reagan Day.
It is Reagan Day. I love Ronald Reagan. Okay, there's some other Babe Ruth's birthday.
Huh?
Babe Ruth's birthday?
Babe Ruth.
Yeah, Ruth.
Ruth's. Yeah.
Babe Ruth?
Babe Ruth.
Okay, what is his nickname?
The Babe.
What about the Bambino?
The Bambino.
Okay, now we're going to have a versus tomorrow. Okay, everybody's been asking us to do these segments because we started talking about the segments and we used to do a lot of segments, more on Monday and Tuesday to play, and we had fun with it. Well, tomorrow we are going to do versus, and it's going to be Dave Portnoy versus Dave Portnoy.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a Dave Portnoy fan. I think the guy's hilarious. I love what he does. He makes really good money. He helps a lot of people out, but he's a Michigan fan.
Yes.
And you can't handle that, can you?
Yeah.
How come?
I don't know. I like Dave Portnoy. I think he's a good guy. I think he has good content.
Good what?
Content.
That right there, somebody's going to say, that dude ain't from Missouri.
Ain't from Missouri.
Okay, so is it Missouri or Missouri?
Missouri.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I've heard a lot of the folks around here that have been around a long time, Missouri.
I've heard some of them say that, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's National Chopsticks Day. Not that anybody really cares, but remember this. Hey, guys, Valentine's Day is coming up soon. And if you wait till the last minute, what happens?
Yeah, usually get the dog out.
If you forget to get him the cookie, you're going to not get the nookie. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
It is what it is. So today's National Valentine's Shopping Reminder Day. Can you believe that's actually a national day? It's Pay a Compliment Day. Your hair looks strikingly silver today, sir.
Yeah, a lot of gray.
Well, I mean, that's a compliment, right?
Right.
I mean, it used to be red.
Yeah.
Red the Gred.
Right.
Or would it be Gred the Red?
Red the red, but now it's mostly gray.
It's Waitangi Day. It's Tu Bishvat Day. And I'm not kidding. It's Ronald Reagan Day.
It's Time to Talk Day also.
Yeah, it is. Reclaim Social Day. Share cheerful stories because people are in dire need of them. And you know what? I actually agree with that.
Right.
After looking at the stories, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
But the one that really got me today, and I want your opinion on this, is I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do this. Okay.
Okay.
International Day of Zero Tolerance to Female Genital Mutilation. It's literally a national day, February 6th.
Unbelievable.
It's a global community's fight to end female genital mutilation. And then you can click on it, find out how. Send your money.
Send them money? Wow.
Send your money. Just, send your money. You know what? That's a real controversial topic, right?
Yeah, very.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what's not controversial. It's also National Frozen Yogurt Day. Okay, you're not a fan.
No, I'm not a fan of yogurt.
How come?
I don't know. I just don't like the taste.
Is it because that your parents raised you on McDonald's?
No.
It's not. Okay, well then, how come everything that's good for you, you don't like?
Oh, jeez.
Well, like literally, like frozen yogurt, regular yogurt, they're very good. They balance your pH, right?
They're supposed to, yeah.
Okay, it helps wake you up.
Yeah.
Literally, I asked Grad before we started out, like, you awake? And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm awake.
Yep, I'm awake.
But you've been putting in 11, 12 hours at work.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go that far. I put in an 8-hour day, but still.
That's all you put in yesterday?
Yeah, it's night shift. So.
Yeah, well, night shift, third shift. Is that considered night shift or early morning shift?
That's considered night shift.
So what second shift?
Second shift is like going at 2:30.
Well, I know what it is. I mean, like if you were going to name it, though, is second shift night shift?
No.
What is it?
I don't know what they call that.
Yeah, see, it's kind of weird. I prefer day shift.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think most people do.
I do too, but
yeah.
I didn't get the choice.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. There's kind of a weird thing. Waffle House, unfortunately, announces a surcharge on its eggs amid soaring prices. And of course, who is getting the blame for egg prices being bad?
Donald Trump.
Oh, boy. Another person. Well, it really does chap my, you know what I'm saying, that he gets the blame for this. Because did you know in 2024, the issue that I have is that 2024, Mr. President Biden and his advisors had a whole bunch of chickens executed, okay, because of the avian bird flu. Do you remember this type of stupid shit when we were kids?
Yeah.
Do you remember it?
Yeah. I don't.
Because it didn't happen.
I don't remember.
I mean, once in a while you'd have a hog farm or something. Yeah, we had to put these down because it had something. But 2024, so many birds. It was like the Holocaust for chickens.
Yeah.
They went down 67% up. That's what the cost of eggs just in 2024.
Wow.
Now tell me, man. Tell me. What's the reason? 67%.
There's no reason. There should be no reason for it.
Okay, so let me ask you this. We live in the Ozarks. We live in these wonderful places where a lot of people get to raise their own food.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking about chickens.
Farmer.
We're talking about eggs. We're talking about beef. We're talking about all these things. I mean, there's people out there that even do sheep and lamb, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Why is it, if their logic is correct, that these animals can cause sickness, why is it that I never see these farmers sick?
It's because it's all propagated, I believe.
Propaganda.
Yep.
Propaganda, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yes. Oh, it's going to hurt you. Oh, it's going to hurt you.
Oh, yeah. You're going to be laid up for weeks being sick.
Now, unfortunately, because of their propaganda, Waffle House is now making you shell out a little bit more for their eggs. Somehow you watch the people that are the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Right.
Okay. Those people will somehow flip this into the tariffs.
I don't know. That'd be terrible.
Just terrible. It'd be terrible.
Yeah.
It's like I'm sitting here with Barkley or something.
It's a little terrible.
The Georgia-based breakfast chain has placed a 50-cent surcharge on every egg it sells, due to the ongoing surge and chaos in egg prices. What do you think?
Yeah. All this stuff is just monopolized to where they can just give a reason to raise prices.
Well, the surcharge, I don't know if it's that. I mean, it's literally costing them more, but why? It's the why. We know the what, when, how.
Well, because you just said it, because it's the cost of the product.
Right. So you start getting rid of those things. And then another thing that people don't know is like the price of pork. Yeah, it's still the cheap meat.
Yeah.
But it's went way up. And why?
Yeah.
Well, the simple answer is because the Chinese own most of the plants.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Okay. We're not talking about conspiracy knowing or anything. That's a fact.
Right.
Okay. So who controls the market?
The Chinese, it seems like.
Well, it sure seems like that a lot. So now we've got these.
Especially our market.
Well, it's the truth. And then you got these great big, poultry places. Who are they owned by?
The Chinese.
Well, you should really look into who the parent companies are of these companies.
Right.
You know how the other day we did that thing about all the American products that aren't American anymore, but they still sell them as American?
Yep.
It's even with our own food.
I agree. I mean, you see it.
Okay. So let's dispel a myth right now.
Yep.
For the idiots, is it okay for me to say idiots?
Yeah.
Okay. For the idiots out there that are saying, oh my goodness, Canada's we're tariffing Canada. Well, it's all over now.
Yeah.
Okay, but let me tell you a difference. For some reason, people like to compare apples to apples, apples to oranges instead of apples to apples.
Right.
Canada relies on the United States of America for 77% of their exports. So if they put a tariff on for 25%, and the people that are bringing that crap in here, charge an extra 25%, guess what? The American market then becomes more shine to, because our products can actually compete.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. Now, America sending stuff to Canada, they are 16.8% of our export market.
Right.
So they were saying, well, we're going to take 25%. We're going to target the red states. Okay.
Yep.
Meaning like Missouri, they were going to target us with a 25%. I say go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it. See if we buy any of your crap, because we don't have to, because we live in the Ozarks. We live in Missouri. We live in a country that can support itself. And I don't care what anybody says. If you disagree with me about this, you're wrong. And sometimes it's okay to be wrong, but in this case, it's not. America creates the best products in the world, bar none. And I don't give it. Oh, I almost said the S word.
Ooh.
I don't
That was
care.
close.
I don't care what anybody says about it. How about you?
I don't either. But, it's Canada is just they're looking for ways out of this whole mess, is what it sounds like.
Oh, they already did.
Yeah.
They bent their knee. Is
They
that okay
did.
to say?
Yeah, they did. They knew they would.
It's almost like they gave our president the shoe shine.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? And to our southern border, and you know what the main reason was?
Yeah.
Because we're sick and tired of Americans dying from fentanyl.
Yeah.
So go get bent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If we have to do that for you to take care of the problem that you have in your country so it doesn't flood into ours,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, let me give you an example. If you were my next door neighbor, okay, and my garbage was constantly overflowing and the wind would pick it up and blow it into your yard,
Yeah.
and you have to come out every single day and start picking up that garbage, and we're talking about fentanyl, we're talking about all the bad stuff that we don't want in our country,
Right.
are you going to get mad at your neighbor?
Oh, I sure am.
I mean, you still care about your neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to see nothing bad happen to your neighbor.
Right.
But it's like, pick up your garbage, start taking care
Yeah.
of your business.
Responsibility.
Your business,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it is what it is. I don't want to go too far on that, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
Okay. Now, what is Travis Kelce saying about his future in Kansas City? Before the Super, what's he saying? What's he saying right now?
I think he's talking about retiring after the game. I really do.
Does he got anything left to prove?
Not really. He's the greatest tight end in the game.
But is he the greatest tight end ever?
I think so.
Okay, so here's what I ask people all the time. If you are a great tight end, which undeniably Travis Kelce is one of the top 3 best tight ends of all time,
Yeah.
okay? But you also have the number one, at this point in Patrick Mahomes' career, he's number one in almost every statistical category there is,
Yes.
okay? You tell me, if you have the best quarterback of all time throwing you the ball,
Right.
does that diminish some of the stats that you've created and diminish you being the best of all time?
It shouldn't diminish because he's still out there performing. He's still making those big catches.
Okay, so now you're a huge Chiefs fan,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and I think everybody in our listening area, Chiefs fans, yeah.
Yeah.
But who's number 2?
Who's number 2?
Who's number 2?
All time?
All time.
Tony Gonzalez, right behind him.
Okay, now some people would say Gronk.
Not me.
I know I'm not there either, but I would put Gonzalez over Kelce.
Ooh.
Now, here's why. Who did he have thrown to him?
That's true. That is true.
Okay, but they're both great, and
They're
I mean,
both great. But
they are just awesome. But I literally do wonder that. I've heard like other people talk about that, like who's the best tight end of all time, and they throw in some really good ones. There's some we're not talking about here,
right.
but in my mind, from what I've seen since I was a kid,
Yeah.
those two are it.
Yep.
Gronk is really good.
Yep.
But I compare Gronk to be the same category as like a Jeremy Shockey,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So, and he's saying that,
And then I'd throw Antonio Gates in there at 3.
yeah, Antonio Gates, really, really good tight end
Yeah.
that never played football.
Yeah.
Literally came in. He was a basketball player.
Yeah.
Came in. So if he would have had the training, I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Now, another question. Do you think Jason Kelce wishes he would have stayed with the Eagles one more year now that it's brother versus, it could have been brother versus brother again?
Part 2. I would guarantee he wishes.
Yeah. I'm thinking the same thing. But so he's talking about retiring, and he's got 97 catches for 823 yards. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, he had a down year. I mean, this is his worst down year of his career.
Well, it is. Is it his age?
I think so. A lot of it.
You think so?
Yeah.
If you put yourself in his mind,
I think a lot of people worrying if he's being distracted, because of his girlfriend, Taylor Swift. But I don't think
Who?
so. Taylor Swift.
I've never heard of her.
Never heard of her? Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey,
I don't know about that, but I think he's getting it together at the right time.
Well, here's the thing. And I'm glad you brought her up. And I kind of baited you into this.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I'm having a shirt made just for you.
All right.
And it says, Morning Crankers, I'm a Swiftie.
Well, you know I'm not.
Well, no. If you support the man, you have to support his girlfriend because you know they're going to get married at some point.
I made this point at work. I'm talking to a Cowboys fan, and I said I am a Travis Kelce fan, and a Chiefs fan, but I am not a Taylor Swiftie fan.
You're not? Well, I mean, you wear the shirt though. Morning Crankers.
Here's my perspective on it.
Okay, let's hear it.
And this is Greg's perspective. Yeah, but let's reel this in.
Okay.
All right. That's just like I stated at work with a gentleman. I told him, I think he was a Cowboys fan. I told him, I said, yeah, I know. I told him, I said, I'm not a Kelce per se, like
super fan,
fan, but I'm a fan of his.
Okay.
Because he's part of the Chiefs team, you know. My favorite player, of course, is PM, Patrick Mahomes. But Swiftie, on the other hand, I mean, I'm not a Swiftie.
You're not. Well, would you wear the shirt?
Because I'm a Chiefs fan. No, I wouldn't.
Even if it had a Kansas City Chiefs on it.
Even if it had Chiefs on it, because I don't support both. I support one, and that's the Chief. But no, I mean, he can do what he wants to do.
Well, we do live in America.
Right. This is the way I look at it. He can do what he wants to do. He can date who he wants to date. Long as he's out there playing the team sport the right way with the Chiefs and playing as a player, as a team, instead of an individual, then I'm all for Travis Kelce.
Well, you know, I think most people would be there. I'm all for the Kansas City Chiefs going out there, kicking some, rear end out there.
Well, that's what I'm about. And yeah. I ain't about those Swifties.
The Eagles. There's something wrong with Eagles fans. I've got a son that's an Eagles fan.
Really?
You know, I feel pretty good about my parenting skills.
Yeah.
And then one of my sons becomes an Eagles fan.
Right.
I almost needed therapy.
I bet you did.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know
that's
what I'm saying. Well, we've been talking. You're a single cat out there on the prowl.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we've been talking about some of the craziness that's been going on. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to be careful that you don't get with one of them women that walk into the wrong house and then eat the car seat in the back of a cop car.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
You don't want that. And then I saw a video today where a woman had syphilis, but she didn't want to tell her husband because she got it from her boyfriend and she had passed it on to her baby.
Wow. Now that's pretty bad.
Well, so what happened was the baby had to be treated for syphilis, but the nurse told the father that the baby had syphilis. Didn't say where he got it from, but she's now suing the hospital because it led them to be in a divorce right now after the husband started asking questions.
Wow.
Does that sound like something that you would want to go through?
I would definitely not want to go through all that.
I don't know anybody would. How about this one? Another local story. Okay, you can just kind of like throw a dart at the local stories and come up with something like this.
Right.
Woman shoots a strange husband, then her ex, and then his girlfriend, according to Missouri cops. 31-year-old Missouri woman is accused of shooting 3 people in 2 different states and killing 2 of them, according to Missouri police. Taylor Santiago of Aurora was getting coffee at a Casey's General Store on the night of Wednesday, January 22nd, when she had an epiphany that she needed to kill her estranged husband, as well as her ex and his girlfriend, according to a detective with the Aurora Marionville Police Department. Santiago invited her husband, Troy Huffman, to her home under the pretenses of seeing a child, a 12-year-old boy, investigators said. Santiago and Huffman had a son together, which they told to KY3. And it says, however, her invitation was a trap, according to police. So she actually set a trap for the father of her son.
Wow.
Okay. She went in when he arrived. The mother went into the boys' room, 12 years old, said, cover your ears. She was going to take care of the bad guys. Okay. Holding a revolver behind her back, she left the boys' room and then shot Huffman. She admitted to police. He didn't fall after the first shot, she told police, so she fired again about a second later. According to investigators, Huffman collapsed in front of the door, and Santiago said she had to drag him out of the way, then took his keys, stole his car, and drove down to Carroll County, Arkansas, 50 miles away. Okay, didn't get her 12-year-old son, left him in the bedroom. During her statement, Ms. Santiago disclosed that she had driven to Arkansas earlier and shot 2 additional victims, one of who was the biological father of one of her other children.
Wow. This gets deep.
Santiago also shot her ex and his girlfriend. Okay, why?
Crazy.
That's it, because they don't have a reason other than somehow she went to go get coffee. She had an epiphany that these were really bad people and she needed to take care of them.
Yeah.
What is going on, man? What's going on?
There's something in the water?
Is it in the water or is it in the air?
In the air.
Is it in the... Well, I'm not even going to go there, but it starts with a V and ends with an S.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about a girly part.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay, so, guys, I'm telling you, and there's just as many girls. There's guys that do this kind of crap to girls. You know, you got to be careful with what you're doing.
Yep.
Don't you think? I mean, it's just kind of a weird thing.
Watch your footsteps around everything.
There it goes. We were being told to switch. So I'm gonna switch here, but I'm only gonna tell a little bit of it because of how late it is. Can you believe the show's like we're already into overtime?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Which is fine.
Yeah. Anyways, Friday, I think we're gonna do this. Sexy beasts. The new fad of monster porn has a very long tradition. Who knew that monster porn had a long tradition?
I never guessed. No.
I didn't either. As a matter of fact, I didn't know this, but in 2018, there was this election going on out in Virginia. Okay. And Mary Blackcock, okay, decided that she was going to bring up the guy she was running against, fascination with cryptid porn. Okay, because this guy like literally wrote a book about Bigfoot porn. How did we miss that?
I have no idea.
Does that not kind of blow your mind just a little bit?
It does.
I think that this is a topic that we need to probably talk about 12 to 15 minutes at least, because there are some things here that I didn't know, but I guess this fascination, they have a word for it. I was reading it earlier. It's kind of a weird thing, but this goes all the way back to dragons, giant slugs, gargoyle kings, centaurs, minotaurs. I mean, this has been around forever, but we didn't know it.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
Yeah, cryptozoological erotica writers. There's actually a coalition. Huh. Yeah, I mean, what do you say about this kind of stuff? You know. Anyways, it is what it is.
I don't know what you could say about it.
There ain't a whole lot, but we're going to talk about that tomorrow. We're going to do the verses. Dave Portnoy versus Dave Portnoy.
There you go.
We hope you have a wonderful day today. Wake up with us in the morning, 6 a.m. here in the Ozarks. Yeah. If you want to send us an email, morningcrankers@gmail.com.
Yep, at gmail.com. And catch us on Spreaker.
Catch us on Apple Podcasts,
YouTube,
Spotify,
and Apple.
Spreely.
Yeah.
Stucci Media.
Stucci Media.
And bleep, 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 and more.
More. Many more.
It is. Have a wonderful Thursday.
See you on Friday.